These last few Sundays, I shared a sermon series that I thought it was clever, titled Perfecter, reminding us that we strive toward a more perfect love, a love like Jesus, a life like Jesus, and we do that by practicing. We grow in our spirituality, we grow in our discipleship, we grow in our vocation of serving and loving others just as Christ loved us. All of that comes from this passage that we read in Philippians chapter 3. Take a listen. It's not that I have already reached this goal or have already been perfected, but I pursue it so that I may grab hold of it because Christ grabbed hold of me for just this purpose. Paul's reminding us that we pursue a more perfect love. In other words, we try to be perfecter. It's not about actually achieving it. It's about trying to. It's about seeking it. So that when we grow in our more perfect love, when we grow in our love demonstrated for us by Christ, the world around us becomes better. We draw closer to that kingdom come and will be done on earth as in heaven. We try. We keep moving toward it. Why? Because that is God's desire for us in the first place. Did you hear that last part? It's God's desire for us in the first place. God created us so that we might live in relationship with God and relationship with others that is full of love. Not just a lot of love, but full of love. That is why we are created. We are created so that God can love us and so that we get the joy of loving God in return, which also means loving others. Remember, Jesus told us that. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. We have that call upon us. And that is why we are created. And that's why, if we're thinking about it seriously, that's why we continue to create, right? That's why we continue to have generations that follow ours, is because we hope that we can continue to create those in our lives and raise those in our lives who are able to love more, make our world more full of love. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. So, what does that look like? I had a thought the other day. Driving down our street, I saw any number of political signs for this candidate or this proposal or that proposal. Some were even just statements of political belief. And not that there's anything wrong with honest and healthy politics, but it got me wondering, what would it be to put a sign in our front yard that said, "You are loved. You matter. You are beautifully and wonderfully made." Something along those lines. What would happen? Would someone driving by all those other signs, feeling the political divisiveness of our world and culture, would they pause for a moment and realize that there's somebody on that street who took time to proclaim love to them? Suddenly it's starting to feel like a more perfecter world. Let us find the little ways to make our world more what God intended in the first place. Amen.